Good afternoon. A joint memorial service for the children killed in last week's horror scholar transport crash has been held in Carletonville. 10 of them were enrolled at the Rockland Primary School. One was a learner at Laerskool Blyvooruitsig. Their families, their friends, their learners, they have gathered at the local Grace Bible Church. Zola Sholwana is there for us. Zola, good afternoon to you. A very, very difficult memorial to watch, a very, very difficult memorial to describe.
Yes, indeed, Stephen. You might have seen the visuals earlier on. It's even difficult to put it into words and explain how the families, the community of Merafong, has been shattered by this incident. I remember one of the uncles essentially saying that he imagines what all these families are facing. Bearing one child is extremely difficult. Now imagine having to bury 4 of your children. In fact, they are in preparation of that at this point. Sharpening words were shared saying that in the morning these children left, going to school to get an education that they were hoping will change their background and also, their families, only to find out that their journey will be cut short. But let's bring in MEC for Education and Gauteng, Madume Chilwane. So thank you very much for your time. If you could just give us an update on, the status of the learner that's currently in hospital right now.
Look, the learner is, we're optimistic that the learner will recover. It's been monitored very closely in hospital on a daily basis. The MEC responsible for health on a full time does give me daily updates. So we're anticipating that the learner will live. We just, obviously, the injuries need to be monitored closely so that before they discharge the child, there is in a good condition to resume life normally.
We do know that MEC, the driver of the bakkie, is expected to appear in court on the 18th. Do we know the charges that have been laid so far?
The suspect charges, he's not been formally charged yet, of course, but usually in such cases you can say it's culpable homicide. That's the most likely charge.
We also heard from a scholar transport structure together with Merafong City mentioning that there should be engagements moving forward in terms of improving, transporters rather that takes children to school. Are you perhaps together with the Department of Education and the relevant stakeholders planning on having those engagements in future?
Yes, we have. Look, firstly, we have a policy that guides out this sector, and because they know they're from the association, they should know the policies. But what we always appeal to them is responsibility. They need to be responsible on a full-time basis, understanding their precious cargo they're carrying. So the engagement at local level is allowed at any level to ensure that we work together to resolve this problem. As a province, yes, we'll have an engagement with the sector. Not only the private scholar transport, also with public, to ensure that it's in unison and there's a thorough understanding of the policy and the expectation from each of the stakeholders participating in the sector.
Seeing how difficult today has been for the affected families and the community as well, do we know how far the DNA process is? Will the families, or should they expect to bury their loved ones soon?
The DNA now is almost concluded. Learners have been identified. It's just the last process of further investigation done by police. As soon as they get clearance, then the families will start the planning for the funerals. So far they can't proceed because there's still some further investigation being undertook.
Thank you very much, MEC, for your time. That was MEC Madume Chilwane, essentially giving us the latest updates on the matter, Stephen. A difficult day it was, in all angles. You could possibly, I'm sure you were able to see the visuals of the family members. Each time the names of their loved ones were mentioned, they would burst into tears because all those children, for some reason, in their pictures, they were smiling and, their parents remember them as those children that were very loving and had a brighter future ahead of them. But unfortunately, they find themselves in this position now where they have to, swallow a tough pill and actually have to live with the reality that the chapter of their children's lives has been closed for good. Back to you in studio.
Zola Sholwana, thanks very much indeed. Do appreciate that update.